We are so excited to be here and not a little square on a screen that has been what we've been looking at all year. My name is Doug Trudeau, and I'm the Director of Fine and Performing Arts for the Waltham Public Schools, and it gives me great honor to introduce to you tonight several of our groups that will perform. But before we begin, I need to start off by thanking you, our parents, for continuous support of our program at a very difficult time. Now, I realize you had to listen to all of that music with just one instrument playing at home, and you were going, oh my, how could this be? Now, I promise you tonight, when you hear them all together, it will sound totally different. So I'm excited for you to hear that. I'm excited to hear live music. I've spent the year, usually my office is located between the choral room and the band and orchestra room, and all year I hear music. This year I heard nothing. And tonight we are going to hear some fantastic music. In addition to thanking you, I really need to thank our dedicated staff. They have worked their tails off to ensure that our music program continues under the most adverse conditions as possible. So I would like to call out tonight Mr. Stephen Barbas, our Orchestra and Wind Ensemble Director. Nice hand for him. Mr. Stephen Fulginetti and Mr. Stephen Aitchison, our middle school honors and our middle school jazz band directors, both of which are new to our school district, and what a way to enter a brand new teaching situation than this year of COVID. In addition to that, I would also like to thank Dr. Regan, Dr. Holman, and Nadine Stein, Dr. Stein, for their support of our music program during this difficult time. And Dr. Stein and Dr. Regan are actually going to play with the high school tonight, so we have a special treat. Our superintendent of schools and our director of student support services. Outstanding. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first group. Oh, and by the way, if you did not get the program, one of the COVID things is we can't pass out actual programs. So we made this fancy QR code. You can take a picture of that, and the program magically appears on your phone. So there are some good things because we are being environmentally sound. We're not having to pass out programs, and we're saving a tree or two or three. So if you haven't had a chance, by all means go over to there and take a picture of that, and the program will show up. Without any further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Kevin Burke and the Waltham High School Percussion Ensemble. I have my little cheat sheet here. That first piece was titled South of the Border. Now I know in the middle of the pandemic, we were all dreaming about being able to go on vacation someplace. So we hope that took you back to a nice warm vacation spot of your dreams. Next up, we have a piece called Funeral March of the Marionette. This piece involves many percussion instruments, but would like to call your attention to the marching machine. Mr. Burke, do you want to hold that up and show us what it looks like? And how about playing just a little bit of it so we can hear it? So the reason why we're calling everyone's attention to that, that is something that was homemade by Mr. Burke's uncle. And Mr. Burke, uncle, are you here? There he is. Mr. Uncle Hank Burke, thank you. Enjoy our version of the Funeral March of the Marionettes. How about that marching? Sounded cool, didn't it? Yeah. Thanks, Uncle Hank. We appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Percussion Ensemble's last piece is a fun ragtime style piece called Shagaloo Ramble. Mr. Burke would like to thank and congratulate the Percussion Ensemble members and all the student musicians tonight for their dedication to making music during this very challenging year. How about another hand for our percussion ensemble? They have actually been meeting all year outdoors and then, working through everything that they needed to in order to do this. So this is their first live performance. They did a virtual performance a few months back, so we're very thankful and grateful to have them. Without any further ado, the Waltham High School Percussion Ensemble. Next up, we will have our Honors Wind Ensemble concert band under the direction of Mr. Stephen Fulginetti. Like our percussion ensemble, these students have also been meeting all year after school, outdoors, as well as indoors, socially distanced, with masks, with instrument covers, you name it, we tried it, just to ensure we could make live music. So I will turn the program over to Mr. Fulginetti, and I'm going to bring the mic back to him, and he will introduce the first number that the band will do.
I'm gonna finish this recording and start a new one.